Thanks for staying with us. Whether building new structures or renovations, the city looks at options at saving energy and money for the long term.
The city has taken on a role to apply green strategies and initiatives to all city buildings and facilities. The first building that we went green with is the Solid Waste Administration Building. That was a renovation and addition we did 2 years ago, and we achieved a silver certification on that building through the USGBC. And we thought it was very important because LEED and green strategies make better buildings. They make them more energy efficient, they make them healthier for the occupants, things are more sustainable in it. We use materials that are rapidly renewable, and overall it's just good for the environment. The next project we did after that was the bathhouse at Wehunt. We were able to start at the very beginning on that one and apply just green strategies from the site all the way to the very last detail.
We're standing here in Myers Park. This is the Wehunt pool facility. It was originally built in the 1950s. The original building lasted 54 years, and during that time it was no longer in code compliance, and the state of the building was in decline, so we needed to replace the bathhouse facility. So we redesigned the new facility to fit on the existing site. The building is located in an historic district, so we looked at elements that you find within the neighborhood, using a gable roof, diamond-shaped shingles. We used brick that matched the neighborhood, so we have a feel of a building that fits into the existing neighborhood. Basically, what we're trying to do is do a contemporary feel for something historic. So the front facade is primarily brick, and then you have a glass entry area, which you go into the glass doors and there's a reception there. We used 100% recycled glass tile. It has an iridescent film on top of it, which gives it a different color rendition. So all through the day, it changes color as the light hits it. The color scheme was based on a seaside type theme, using sand colors, watercolors, and we introduced the clay color because we're here in the Tallahassee Hills. The men's bathroom is an open type plan. We daylit the space and we use cathedral type ceiling throughout. That's for air circulation and movement of humid air. We're trying to dry the air out. You're going to see we use waterless urinals, which could save up to 40,000 gallons per fixture per year. So for the city, it's quite a savings on the sewer and water usage. Materials we use are all life cycle materials, like block walls with epoxy-coated paint. They'll be long-term use without much maintenance. The counters are Corian, so they won't react to the water, and in the counter you'll see what we call a water swimsuit extractor. What you do is put your swimsuit in there, you push it down, and it spins rapidly, extracting the water out of the suit, which they dry much quicker. The building used to have 250-gallon gas-fired hot water heaters that ran 24/7, 7 days a week. Now on the weekends when it's closed, in the middle of the night when it's closed, it's constantly using energy. So we switched to an instantaneous type heater, which is on demand. And for the number of fixtures, we put them in series so that we have a large crowd, we'll be able to produce enough hot water. But when we don't have a large crowd, we're producing the minimum amount of hot water needed. The building is zoned into 3 separate air conditioning systems and 3 separate heating systems. So we can control load on the men's side, the women's side, and the office space. That way we're saving more energy that way. The building also has a heat recovery system where we're taking the existing air, taking the heat or cool out of it, and putting it back into the system. We have 2 systems that we put in for solar applications. One is a photovoltaic system which sits on top of a covered canopy. That's actually producing electricity which feeds back into the grid system. On the outside of the building, along the canopies, we use LED light fixtures, which are real low energy use, but they give off a nice quality white light. The other system we have is solar panels along the south side, which are heating the pool water during the winter, and they're cooling the pool water during the summer. We reverse the cycle of the pumping and run the water backwards and it cools at night. And the water is maintained at 82 degrees year-round, so we're supplementing the gas usage of this facility with solar. The material around the solar collectors is a ground-up building material. When you tear down an old building, you take the block and you grind it, you take the tile, you grind it, and that's what we use completely around the solar array. Now the purpose of that is to keep from quarrying new material and trucking it in here. Parks and Rec was tasked with the landscape layout of the facility. We were asked them to look at an old Florida look or natural plant look, and that's what they came up with the grasses and the palm trees. We actually reduced 1,400 square feet of asphalt and put in green space. That green space is sunken down below the curb so that every time it rains, we hold our rainwater on site and we don't discharge immediately into the system. The pool that you see is the original pool. It's 12 feet deep. It was used for diving, but we no longer have a diving program. The deck was added around the pool. We just recently coated it with an acrylic topping to improve the appearance of it. And what you see around the pool and pool coping is a green product. That is actually a recycled rubber product that is slip resistant. This pool facility is run year-round, and during the winter they put up a bubble. Last year we replaced the bubble. The new bubble is more energy efficient. It's double-walled where the old bubble wasn't. And it's also translucent, so we're not lighting the inside of the facility with artificial lighting. Natural sunlight does that for us. That makes this pool the only indoor type pool that the city operates. When we rebuilt this facility, we did a deconstruction of the old facility. In other words, we tore it down piece by piece. Therefore, we saved 75% of the old materials from going to the landfill. For the citizens of Tallahassee, we have a long-term facility that should be here for another 50 years with a minimal impact into the energy use.
Going green with the Wehunt bathhouse is just another example of the city applying its green initiatives and leading the way in being more sustainable.
Thanks for watching another edition of EcoSmart. We've all learned ways to save energy, save water, and save money. And that's not just smart, that's EcoSmart. For WCOT, I'm Missy Tuttle.